Hello Aquarius, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Aquarius for the week of August 29th. Now do keep in mind, this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Let's go and see what we have here for you, Aquarius. Now, the Ace of Swords did pop out of the deck. Let's see if that card reappears here, but that's definitely a nice card to find. I am using the Tarot Muka as well as the Keepers of the Light Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below if you'd like to pick them up for yourself. Do hope you're doing well. Hope things are going good for you. Let's go ahead and make sure we're all set up here. Put this up here, and then we'll also take three of these Keepers of the Light cards. All right. Aquarius. So we did not see the Ace of Swords come back in, but it could come in as we kind of go up the pyramid here. Doesn't matter though. If this is the first time you're watching my videos, I always go up the pyramid and clarify with more cards. But so some of you here, there's definitely something about communication that is locking you up, or if it's not communication, it's something related to your thought process, to your maybe anxieties that you may be dealing with. Some of you, there's been a change here and you're still processing it. Okay, you're still going through the motions. Some of you are still maybe there's grief for some of you, but there could also be something else here that you are struggling with, and this is change related. It could be affecting your mental health, I will say that. That's just what I'm getting from the cards. I try to keep these messages extremely positive to the best of my ability, but this is certainly coming in. Let's just dive into this a little bit more. So in the overall situation, you do have the Nine of Swords, which is about mental health issues. This person is up late at night having a nightmare. They're staying up late at night. They think that these Nine of Swords cards are going to come in and actually hit them, but they never actually do. And so it represents anxieties, but also fear. They fear that these Nine Swords are going to hit them, but that never actually happens, right? And so this card can come forward when some of you are dealing with mental health issues, anxieties, fears, deep-rooted situations. This card asks you to put pen to paper. That is, for me, the best way to look at the Nine of Swords. Can you start a journaling routine? Can you list out the things that are true? Can you list out fact and fiction? Because with the Nine of Swords, it can suggest that there's a little bit of storytelling going on in your mind. Now, if you've been dealing with a very real situation, I'm not trying to invalidate that situation at all. But sometimes, especially, an anxious being, or when we get anxiety, we can create stories in our mind, right? And this is this idea of fear casting, or thinking about something in the future that has not happened yet and may never happen. And so that could certainly be the case for some of you. This might just be around something related to your mental health. And what I would say in a reading like this is, there's no shame in talking to a therapist, signing up for some sort of mental health service. There are a lot of good services out there. You can contact a local therapist in your area if it's covered, or if it's something that you're able to do. Definitely not a bad idea if that's something that you are going through right now. In the past, you have the Death card as well as the Wheel of Fortune. So this is big energy, okay? Just gonna be honest with you here, as I am. But the Death card and the Wheel of Fortune are both cards of change. Both of them. Literally, they're change in different ways, but probably the two biggest cards of change in the tarot. The Death card is seen as a transformation. It's something old, sort of moving out of your life, or moving out of the environment, or something that has been around for a long time, sort of fading away. It is not about death and dying here. That's not the way I read the Death card. And if you look into the Death card, it's really about your situation changing. And the reality is that change is scary. And it's more about a transformation. It's, if you will, it's going from the caterpillar to the butterfly. This is also Scorpio energy. So the thing about Scorpio energy is it's going deep. The thing about that with the death card is you could be diving deep as well into something, or there could have been a deeply hidden layer of yourself that has sort of been exposed here in the past, and maybe you're now kind of dealing with it in the present. The Wheel of Fortune is also changed. The difference is the Wheel of Fortune talks about luck. It talks about a change in favorability. Okay, it's good fortune, it's good situations, it's Jupiter energy. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, of luck, good vibes, all of that sort of thing. And so there might have been a change here. There's been a change here for you, Aquarius, if this is your reading. But there's also been some luck that the change has been met with some luck as well, or good fortune, or maybe even happenstance situations. This is also, if it's not about good luck, the Wheel of Fortune is the card of your destiny, okay? And so, fated events happen in our life many times, and, oftentimes they can be very significant. Those types of events can, like the sort of turning of the guard, if you will, those events can be very significant. And that's kind of this energy here that I'm getting. Could be cycles of life as well. There might be some grief here, by the way. Now, I am not forecasting death and dying. I'm saying that this is, if you are dealing with grief, this has shown up in the past with the two cards of change here. And so I just don't like to go there on my readings, that's just, from my perspective, not the best way to read at the collective level. But certainly this change, it could have been like, I don't know, a breakup, a divorce, a separation. We'll have to see what the other cards are that come in here. But the reality is that I'm not forecasting this. This has already happened according to this reading. Okay. In the future, you have the Five of Cups and the Page of Cups here. The Five of Cups is all about disappointment. It is sadness. It's maybe a little bit of depression. Okay, so this reading, as you can tell, this is a challenging reading so far. Hopefully the clarifications kind of give us a silver lining here, which I'm sure we will find one. And so if you're not feeling this reading, this is one of these times where I would say click off, then this is just not the reading for you. But if you are, then some of you here, what's going on is you're dealing with some type of sadness or some sort of mental health situation here with the Nine of Swords and the Five of Cups. But in the future, along with the Five of Cups, you also get the Page of Cups, which is some type of happy situation arriving. So right now, the silver lining is you might have gotten a little bit lucky through the situation, or there might have been something that has maybe you kind of can see your situation turning around. And the other silver lining here is the Page of Cups is like a really nice offer, or a happy invitation that's coming in. Let's go ahead and let's get some clarity here for you, Aquarius. So you have the Six of Cups. Wow, you have the Knight of Cups, the Five of Cups, and you also have the King of Wands. So you're getting a whole lot of Cups cards here, Aquarius. And, there's something here involving maybe a relationship that has fallen out for you, or something like this here with the Six of Cups and the Knight of Cups. This is something, some of you might have been in a relationship with somebody for a very long time when you get that Six of Cups energy, because this can be a memory from the past. Or this can be something that you've been in for some time, for sure. With the Knight of Cups, that is somebody that you are, dare I say, borderline obsessed with. Somebody that you really romanticize about or fantasize about. Somebody that you are enamored by is really what the Knight of Cups is about. And so there might have been a change in that situation for you. Again, you may not see it right now, but this is moving you along your destiny, for better or for worse. This is kind of moving you along your destiny here with the Wheel of Fortune's influence as well. The Five of Cups means that right now you are maybe talking to yourself in a very negative way. The Five of Pentacles means that you are maybe talking to yourself in a very negative way. You're maybe seeing yourself in a negative light, or just not casting a positive light on yourself at this moment. It can come forward when there's maybe feelings of unworthiness. Maybe some of you are regretful about the way a situation happened. I do think that this is changing for you though. We talked about how you have this Page of Cups. You also have this King of Wands. It's possible that, maybe in the distant future, timing is hard to kind of wrap down in a tarot reading. In the distant future, it is possible that you are meeting somebody here, maybe somebody who's like a fire sign or has those qualities about them with this King of Wands and the Page of Cups. That could certainly be coming in. This person will feel exciting. You will feel energized in meeting this person. Now, on a different level, the King of Wands is about somebody who really loves what they do for work. And so if you're in a situation here where maybe you find yourself without a job or you find yourself being laid off or whatever here, that I think this has already happened. This isn't coming in the future, but this has already happened according to this reading. Then what's going on here is some of you are being given an opportunity to connect what you actually love to do for your work with the King of Wands in the future, which is a really nice feeling to, wake up every day and love what you do. And so some of you, there is a silver lining here in, this is moving you along your destiny. It was definitely challenging, whatever happened here, but the silver lining for you is maybe meeting somebody who excites you or invigorates you or energizes you, or even doing something for your career that you can kind of reconnect your joy to. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at these 3 oracle cards. So you have the Miriam, Sacred Vision, choose to forgive in order to heal, see the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. You have Mary Magdalene, Teacher Awakens. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call, don't let anything stop you. And then you also have Katumi, Cloak of Wisdom. You already know the answer you seek, trust what you know. Here's the thing, forgiveness is not for the other person. Forgiveness is for you. And so first and foremost, I feel like saying forgive yourself, if something happened here and you're maybe feeling a little regretful. Easier said than done. I certainly can relate to that. But there is something here about forgiving yourself and then recognizing that forgiveness is ultimately for you, right? And forgiveness ultimately frees you. And I do feel like that's the most important oracle card that, out of all of those that relates to this reading. Let's go ahead and move up the pyramid here. But if you're enjoying this video so far, please do hit that like button and subscribe, as it really does help my channel grow in a big way. Okay, so you have the 10 of Swords, you have the 2 of Swords, and you also have the Sun. So I definitely love to see the Sun's influence here. That is, for me, the Sun is the best card. It's the best omen. It's the most positive omen to find in a tarot reading. And we'll talk about that in just a second, but you are recognizing that something is done. Something's done, okay, with the 10 of Swords. And, that's this idea that, with the 10 of Swords, there's an element of finality to that energy, right? It's done. It's out, right? Like you're moving on. Or it can be tough to move on because in this case, it might be tough to move on because there's this recognition that it's done, but you have it here with the 2 of Swords, which is like also being in a crossroads or being in a deadlocked situation where like, okay, it's done, but the 2 of Swords influence may indicate your kind of propensity to be like, well, is there still a chance? Is there still a chance? Is this person coming back? And this idea of the 2 of Swords is also working at the mental level, right? And so I would say that maybe some of you could find a lot of healing and help from working with a professional. If this is resonating with you, somebody who can maybe help you process a situation here from the past, okay? I do think that could be very helpful for some of you. Not to sound like a broken record, but it is coming in here with the 9 of Swords and the 2 of Swords, something that there's clarity that needs to be had here for you, or maybe some of you are looking for clarity as it relates to another person or a situation. The thing is, you have the Sun card, and so the Sun really ties this all together. The Sun is the most positive card. It's joy, success, abundance, vitality, self-expression, and also the Sun is a card of truth. Anything that is untrue or not right will be exposed by the ray of the sun when you get the Sun card. And so it really does negate the challenging aspects of cards around it and boosts the positive qualities of cards around it. And so there is a silver lining here. And the thing is, whatever ending happened or whatever went on here, this is inching you along your destiny, and ultimately your destiny looks very happy in the future. Let's go ahead and let's see what else we have. So you have the Four of Wands and you have the Four of Swords. So you're getting stability here as you move along in this, as you progress through this situation. With double fours, 4 is a number of stability, and both, the Four of Wands can be about foundations and achievements, or just creating a firm foundation in the world. Same with the Four of Swords, but for many of you, this is a heartbreaking situation that you are healing from. You can see the Three of Swords card on the wall above this person. They're praying, but they're also healing from this heartbreak here. And so it is a card of sort of, healing through challenging situations. At the top of the pyramid, you do have the Two of Cups. I think for many of you, this is romantic. Two of Cups is about two souls linking up in this lifetime. It's like one of these deep connection, deep soul union, soul bond type of cards here. When you get the Two of Cups, especially as you have this it is possible that I think some of you have moved on, or somebody has moved on from you here in the past, and that was the big change. But also it's possible that in the future, it's like you won't be alone forever. I feel like telling you, Aquarius, like you won't be alone forever is what I feel like saying. But there's like a necessary healing process that some of you are going through. At the bottom of the deck, victory, success, right? So like your ability to successfully heal through this situation is coming through loud and clear. And I think just recognizing that and also forgiving yourself is very important. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you, and I will see you in the next reading.